All right, let's get this cold start going. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And you guys can tell from the title and thumbnail of the video, we already broke something. Well, not really. We didn't really break something, we just wore something out, whatever you guys want to call it. Now, I'm not going to drive far, but I do kind of want to make this video because I know some of you guys might experience this if you are, you know, planning on boosting your new Edge Mustang, if you are going ahead and planning on putting down a lot of power. I'm honestly very, very, very surprised I never had this issue in the white car, but at the same time, the white car was nowhere near the level of this car as far as horsepower and torque numbers goes. But again, I'm still kind of surprised because I was doing first gear hits, multiple second gear hits. I mean, I was beating the shit out of that white car. And this happened quite literally the same day. That night that I got this car fully tuned, I ended up wearing out the bushing to the lower control arm on the passenger side. And I know exactly what caused that to happen. Literally, I know exactly what caused that to happen. So I think that's kind of interesting. This car, it's making too much torque, at least for like the old suspension setup that was on this car, which I'm going to be swapping out within the next couple of days ASAP. But I just kind of let you know, y'all, like these cars, these two valves, man, you can kind of hear it, the clunkiness. It's metal on metal back there, baby. But the car, I mean, as far as like just driving the car, it rides smooth as fuck. Like it's not, it only does that when you're going over bumps or like if you like first accelerate a little bit too quick. But for the most part, I mean, the car drives smooth. I took it out yesterday, just cruised it, just to see what I can and cannot do up until the next couple of days when I do get the new control arms in. And it drove completely smooth. Hell, I even took it on the highway, went like 70, it drove smooth. I did a couple pulls and it drove smooth as well. So obviously I'm not gonna go out racing it like this, fuck that, but I mean it drove smooth. Let me go pull up to a spot so I can park the car real quick. It's probably gonna do it again here. Yeah. At first I thought it was the transmission. I was like, fuck. Or the shifter. But it hooks. And that was like third gear 40 roll. I threw it in neutral because I'm not putting this car in fifth gear. It's just not gonna happen. But obviously, you know, I can't really go too crazy with this thing. But it rips. it really does rip. It rips. Spinning like crazy, but it's not bad though. You need to get a tire on this thing, because it's weird, because like if I do like a third gear, like 40 something, the car ain't in boost when I do the initial hit. And I'm telling you guys this right now, this car from a 60 in third and a 40 in third is insanely different, obviously, because in 40, you know, it's way out of boost. This car doesn't start to come alive. You guys probably saw on the Speedo and the TAC. This car doesn't start to come alive until like in the 4,000 RPM range. Obviously, that's due to the heads cam intake combo. But when this thing gets in boost, it's literally moving. Like it's moving out pretty damn good. I cannot lie. So as you guys saw there, this car rolls out pretty good, man. That's about the only roll I can do is like a 40 in third gear, which is absolutely terrible because it's way out of boost. But once it does get in the boost, since the car is already rolling, it just takes off. It only spins off the hit, but it feels absolutely insane, man. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and put a tire on this car, and I'm gonna replace the lower control arm bushing. Actually, I'm replacing both lower control arms because this car does have QA1 tubular control arms on it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and show you guys the clip right now of where I actually found out that these control arms need to be replaced. Already messed up fucking control arm. Yep. Damn. But as you guys can see, it's got some nice QA1 lower control arms. Bushings completely failed. The control arms themselves are fully intact. They're still bolted on. It's just, it's a rough ass ride because it's metal on metal, and there really isn't, you know, anything cushioning the ride. So gonna get those replaced. They only come in pairs of 2, so just gonna replace both and report back on how the car handles and overall how the car feels. Maybe I can do 40 rolls when I replace those, who knows. But in all reality, I think right now this car is like a 60 roll in third gear only type vehicle right now, because it makes entirely too much torque, and it's just too light for the setup that's on the car right now. Now again, in no way, shape, or form am I complaining about that, because it feels amazing. I ain't gonna lie, this thing is 100% quicker than the GT350. I can tell you that right now. Like I said previously, I did go out last night. I didn't get it on camera because I really needed to focus up on what I was doing, just so I can get an actual feel for the car, because this is a very, very different ride compared to the white car and the 350. This thing makes a lot more torque. It makes a lot more horsepower. I tried to do a 60 roll in third gear like how I would always do in the white car, and it just incinerates the tires, which is a good sign because that shows the car is making a lot of power. I really don't want to put a Mickey Thompson ET Street SS on these wheels. I don't think that's going to work out quite well. It's just these type of wheels, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put on the Nitto R2s. I've heard some good things about the Nitto R2s. They're not as sticky as the ET Street SS's, but they should work. And considering the fact that I am not mismatching brands, there's also a plus to that. But let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. I'm gonna be testing the R2s out on this car, because I know the R2s are really good on 19-inch wheels. These are 17s, but they should work theoretically even better on 17s. So we're gonna see how this car does act up with the R2s. If I don't like it, obviously I'm just gonna ditch the entire wheel and tire setup and just go with the 15 setup with the Mickey Thompsons, you know, 15x10 ET Street SS and the front runners. It's just what's gonna have to happen with this car, man, which again, I'm not complaining about at all. Now, something else I'm probably gonna do with this car, depending on how everything goes, is I'm gonna be swapping out the Cobra brakes that are on the car right now to some aerospace, potentially TBM brakes, front and rear, just to go ahead and get the power to weight dialed in, as much weight reduction as possible. so this car can actually move out, you know, how I want it to move out with not that much horsepower. Honestly, I think this car with 700 wheel, weighing in at about 3,100 pounds race weight, maybe even less depending on how much this weighs on the cat scale the way it is right now. I can kind of determine how much it's going to weigh with the brakes, radials, and some other modifications. This car should roll out hard as hell with only around 700 horsepower, which would be amazing and streetable in my personal opinion. Now I do like to still cruise this car, but at the same time I kind of have to pick and choose what I want to do. Do I want to go fast in a straight line, or do I want to have a cruiser? It's just, you really can't have both with something like this. I mean, you can, but I don't know. For this, I might just full send it and just turn it into just a straight race car, because that's exactly what I was gonna do when I first bought this. And then I started cruising it, I started enjoying it, and then now, since, you know, I've gotten a taste at what, you know, high fives to the wheels, high fives torque feels like, it's like, man, dude, to properly get that down, you do need an appropriate wheel and tire setup. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think, man. This car already has some pretty solid suspension. It's got the Maximum Motorsports coilovers in the front. It's got the actual, it does have some more Maximum Motorsports suspension in the rear as well. It has the QA1 tubular control arms. It has a QA1, excuse me, K member up front as well. So this car it's pretty light the way it is. If I was to guess, I am going to put it on a cat scale before I do a drag pack setup, or honestly I'm going to do it regardless. I would not be surprised the way it is right now, even with the heavier than stock seat that's in it right now, because those S197 seats, this is a power seat, and obviously, you know, this thing is just on a slider right now. This is way heavier than stock, I can tell you that right now. I think even with that in the car, this is gonna weigh probably around 3,220 if I was to take a guess. Maybe 3,300, I doubt it though. It does not feel like it weighs 3,300 pounds. This thing, it feels lighter than the white car, and the white car was 3,220. And this has, you know, way better suspension parts on it that are lighter as well. So I think 3,250 around there with the setup that's on it, with drag pack, brakes, a different seat. We're definitely going to be, you know, in the 3,100s with me inside the car. So I think we'd be good there. But this thing is it's moving out, man. It's moving out. Hopefully you guys can see it in vid. Probably not, because obviously a 40 roll in third gear isn't optimal, but somebody's ripping it over there. But I'm telling you guys this right now, in the car, if I was to do a ride along in the car, when that boost hits, you can kind of hear it too, because the car is like and goes like it's like VTEC kicks in almost. It's nuts. You got to hang on. And obviously I'm still kind of getting used to driving this car. It's been a very, very long time since I've banged gears in a new Edge car with a 3650 transmission, 5-speed that is. Everything is kind of different in here, but you just kind of, you have to like glide it in gear. You can't really bang it because it is a stock transmission. So if you just like glide it in gear, it's perfectly fine. And I'm really starting to like it again. I really am. I'm not gonna lie. A nice thing about this, the 3650s with the 355 gears, they're geared to the point where, like, once you shift, you're already kind of like up there in the mile per hour. You're moving out. I know for a fact this car, with the 6,500 RPM shifts, when I do go ahead and replace the fuel system, this car will be able to top out around like 140 miles an hour in fourth gear, which is perfect. That's great for just going out to a roll night and having fun. Because I mean, going to 160, I mean, if you ain't making 1,000 horsepower or something like that, or running like 60 to 130s and like 4s, ain't no point to go to 160. You're just making too much noise for too long, and so don't need any of that. I just need a nice, you know, 6.5 or lower car, 60 to 130, and I'm fucking chilling, man. I'm chilling. I can take it anywhere, have some fun, gap 9 out of 10 cars there, and overall just, you know, enjoy myself. So yeah, y'all, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. Want to go ahead and give you guys kind of a rundown on what's going to happen right now, and also what's going to happen in the future, depending on how everything plans out with this car. We are currently full fucking sending it. So if you guys enjoy, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.